Looks like we got ourselves Print Warlock going up first versus Wargren. He is expecting this traps all day. It's going to be Mally. Oh, not Mally. Mortal Coil into Wargren with a Casebolt to follow. It's going to go for a big old leap. It's going to be immediate turtle shell for Wargren. Cannot heal himself with an immolation aura. Is going to be able to get away from not real infernal. It's going to be steel trap onto the pet. The Injura pet, actually. Surprise Print is not going for the secondest pet. Playing on Team Blue, we got us Maji the Edge, we got us Milord Palace, Sham, we also got us Veils. Playing an Enhancer Shaman, he better get a chance to play today. On Team Red, we got Cinderella, Fleslo, Hunter, Valrip, and Wargren. Not really doing all that good. I guess Print is going to get hit with a Fear, maybe no stun onto Print. Wargren does not have a lot of health. Dressed onto Print, he takes the dress damage and barely shakes out, barely does anything about it. And it's a trinket, but a Chaos Bolt is still going to him. Still going to chase after you. Wargren, man, that's a hard one. I guess a Warlock like that? Man, that's a tough one. Not gonna lie, that is definitely a toughie. If ban the Vial... No, we're not gonna ban the Vial. Yeah, boys, we're not gonna ban the Vial. Like, I just don't know. We're not gonna ban it. It's not bannable for sure. Yeah, we'll just let you guys use it. We'll see how it works. If it looks too silly, we'll remove it. If it doesn't look silly enough and it feels fine, and doesn't really like make it too much of effect in the gameplay to like make things broken, yeah, we'll just have to get a couple more rounds, you know what I mean? Yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, we're talking about if for the YouTube video, for the YouTube viewers, we're talking about whether Outlaw Sippy Cup that is shareable should be allowed. Technically, you can share it, but it disappears within a few seconds after it enters someone's bag. So in a sense, you can use the Warlock or the Rogue Sippy Cups, like Hellstones. You're just gonna have to come back to the Rogue, have them traded to you, and drink it immediately. But it is same thing as a Warlock Hellstone. I think it shares CD as a Warlock Hellstone. So technically we'll allow Warlock Hellstones and Duels. But yeah, we'll figure it out, boys. We'll figure it out. That's gonna be Infernal. Is that a real Infernal onto Cinderella? Talking about the Sippy Cups for Rogues. Gonna start paying attention. Interrupted to Cinderella. She's trying to get a heal. Popping in a bear form, popping in a cat form. No renewal available to deal with this. That is gonna be Infernal disappearing though. So I don't think that was a real Infernal. Otherwise, I feel like that guy might have been able to melt and just singe Cinderella's for the longer duration. Cinderella just building up a little bit of common points from the pet. Actually gonna go for a bite in order to get himself regrowth. Trying to heal the Fell Hunter pet. The Fell Puppy. And Print having that no mobility. All he can do is just kind of jump circles after Cinderella. Maybe sacrifice himself for the pet. This is going to be a reopener by Cinderella with a big old incarnation. Damage might be huge here. Gonna be a free Infernal for Print. Not a real Infernal. Mortal Coil. Casebolt trying to come out. Does get interrupted at the very last second. And Cinderella winning with an interrupt. Bash into Print. Does get him to Trinket. That's going to be real Infernal up and running into Casebolt. Fear. Maybe Casebolt right after. Shadow Fear instead. No, Casebolt while in bear form. Cinderella still taking so much damage. Casebolt almost left his fingertips. If that left, that would have been the end to Cinderella. But looks like the Infernal's going to live to fight another day. That Infernal is putting on quite a bit of pressure, though. This pillar, with the mobility that Cinderella has, is so good for Cinderella. For Print, this is actually just impossible to catch up. Cinderella is just healing as much as he can from this Infernal. Building up common points and getting freebie regrowths is going to get the Fell Hunter bled up and is gonna take him out. But for Cinderella, this is perfect so far. Playing this as careful as it can. Does get a reopener onto Print, which is perfect. It's gonna go for the big setup. Pre-walling this damage as a Mortal Coil comes out. Print is gonna get an Immolate into a Fear and some Chaos Bolts to follow. I think Chaos Bolt is still... Oh, no wall as the Chaos Bolt gets to actually do some damage to Cinderella, putting the Feral way away from the pillar and just trying to keep him CC'd with the Fears back to back. The Chaos Bolt is still flying. And Cinderella finally catches some line of sight as well as respite from the enemy team. I was thinking, what is Fleslo doing here? But he's just watching, dude. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's going to be a whole new Fell Hunter for Print, but it's going to be really just a tussle of Print and Cinderella for a little bit here. The two muscle boys, the big brain Print versus the agile Cinderella. And the Pharaoh's going to have to go for a bit of heals, but it's going to be kind of tough. So for Print, he kind of has to chase after Cinderella, but playing around the pillar is just going to give so much advantage to Cinderella. And I don't think the Pharaoh is really going to be the one to approach Print. He kind of lies the pillars. It seems like for I think it used to be the casters love pillars and were able to always pillar away from melee. And melee kind of love being out in the open, but I think it's kind of flipped in BFA, where the casters love being in the open and so the melee can't go behind the pillar. Unless I get it wrong, maybe I just have it flipped the whole time. But Cinderella is going to try to see if he can get himself a little bit extra health up and running. Print does have a ticket back up. Probably has all the CC in the world. Big bite of Cinderella as it got some cooldowns rolling. But the Mortal Coil taking him next to the pillar. Careful to follow. Does get run to Cinderella. I think he's trying to shot him out. The real Infernal coming down. Maybe a shot of Fear after. Big Casbolt to follow. Does Print have more? That's going to be another Infernal, another Fear, another Casbolt. I think that might be it right here. Cinderella. Oh no. Just needed just a few Chaos Bolts, and that's all it was needed. And Flesler does open up from the side, more or less same distance as you were to come from the room. I'm pretty just gonna have to wall this, trying to see if he can get an Immolate, maybe a Fear into Flesler. He's gonna be able to get a Chaos Bolt. I think still beefy Chaos Bolts though. He vanishes it. Wait, he actually vanished and took no damage. Is that a thing? It actually, I feel like every time I vanish, it always does damage for me. Apparently he survived. That's gonna be a Mortal Coil in the Fear back in Fessa. Does he get the damage in? He gets Immolated, incinerates. Does walk out of the smoke bomb for a second. Fessa, I think, still down though. Oh no. Valorp is gonna be up next. Does get a root onto the pallet, but looks like Valorp either pops wings or gets a proc for wings. Is still gonna get it with a Fear, hit with the Fear on the side. But that's gonna be the Dazzle to break the Fear. Print gets hit with a stun as he wants to gateway out of here. I thought I saw Print run out, but he didn't. And he does need to go for a Mortal Coil or something. Try to see if he can land a Fear onto Valorp. He needs CC right now. He's super low on health. If any. Ooh, that hammer almost just domed him and did the trick. Mortal Coil not available? No, and Print does go down. Print did use every cooldown available for the last two, though. Between the Feral, between Wargren and the Rogue. That is quite a lot. And my Lord Pally is going to have a Pally off versus Valorp. Look at his horse, dude. His horse so fancy. It's fitting for a Malord. And Valorp is just looking like a courageous knight. He's going to fight for the crown. Oh, wait. I thought he was crying for a second. I was like, oh, what? Is it still not want to fight Malord, but he's actually just getting the mount up and running. It looked like a crying animation for a second. There, I like how the exchange of blades just as one another. As Malord Pally lands the first stun, Valorp is burning his trinket early, but playing human, he's going to have it back up. Just a minute 30. But Malord trying not to get a Hodge in the first place. He's just bailing out of there. He is behind on health just a little. And he's just going to want to see if he can get some health back. He's going to Trinket, burning a Trinket, so Trinket for Trinket now. With both of the Palas and Valor just getting some hammer damage onto Lord. Shield of Vengeance is going to be interesting with these two. Wings are up from Lord Pala. Does Valor pop wings of his own? It's going to pop wings as the Shield of Vengeance is popping. Shield for shield. Both of them are going to be super low in health. Malord, I think, is going to take more damage. Bubble coming out for Valor, though. Just hold on to his Shield of Vengeance. I don't really know if that was a good idea. Shields are popping. Malord took a bit of damage. So did Valor. Hodge to Valor. Doesn't have any bubble, though. Maybe that was a misplay. Malord has wings, doing as much damage as he can. Does Valor be way out of this anymore? Doesn't get ahead of hindrance on each other. Both of them are slow, even though they're NASCARing at one another. Hodge into Malord, bubbles it. I think Valor is going to be down for the count with this bubble, unless Malord just does not have enough damage, but it's Malord. Of course he does. And next up is going to be Hell Hunter. He gave him a little bit of auto duel. Like, he didn't run at him. He's like, hey, hi, how's it going? I'm on a big old Gromling. Hey, what's up? Is letting him heal. What a nice guy. Oh, Hellhunter's playing Beast Mastery and doesn't have a lot of corruption anymore. So we'll see how well it works for him. Maybe it'll help him out a lot. Maybe it won't. But at least no more corruption, so at least he won't have a thing from beyond attacking him. But playing that Beast Mastery, I do like it. Oh my god. The way gnomes run, dude, I just cannot get over it. But that's going to be a freezing trap and a stun onto Malord as Hellhunter getting himself a little bit of damage. Beastmaster Hunters do have a little bit of a ramp up though. And line of sighting Beastmaster Hunter and his pets is accidentally popping a trinket, but the looks of it is Hellhunter is going to eat that Hodge. No wings available for Malord. Looks like that was a misclick. It's going to be a knockback onto Malord though. So mobility, playing the mobility game for Hellhunter is going to be kind of nice. Wings are up from Malord with a Shield of Vengeance into a freezing trap, and Hellhunter is going to get himself a self-heal. Malord still on the chase. Hand of Freedom is up. He's going to try to see if he can meme beam him backwards, though. Does get interrupted on the meme beam. He's going to go for acceleration, but 32% dampening. What can you do? Troll Shell needs to come out, and Malord still has wings. He still has damage and ready to go, man. He's trying to use pillars to maybe walk slowly to Hellhunter, throw hammers from a distance. He does some of the 40-yard hammers, or maybe 30-yard hammers? Either way. And Hellhunter is going to kind of chill back here. Maybe get a camo off. If you can get a camo, Might be able to catch up on a little bit of heals. Goes for the pet heal every single time. Stun into my Lord. Gets a trick out of him. Maybe Freezing Trap right here. Does he have it? Freezing Trap. But then the Lord does get the damage either way. That was a rough one. Not gonna lie. 5 kills for Print though. 5 million damage. That's a lot. Man, Hellhunter. I like the fact that he's trying Beastmaster, but it's so rough watching Beastmaster play them. Not gonna lie, dude. They have it rough. Alright, boys.